to the AI User Lab for Thought Leaders live with me, Marilyn McLeod. So why the heck am I doing this? Because I'd like to help. I care. I like tech, this kind of tech anyway, and I'd like to help you as thought leaders develop both your thought leadership and your efficient use of AI. I care about nature. Why the cosmos behind me? Because this was taken by the Hubble Space Telescope many moons ago, and it's my favorite picture. And the scientists pointed Hubble at a place in the sky that was black as far as they could see, and they just they thought, well, let's see what Hubble sees. Well, this is what Hubble saw. So my tagline is consider the possibility. And so you don't know what resources are around the corner that you just don't see yet. And you might be looking at a brick wall, but you don't know what's around there. And you don't know what kind of miracles, honestly, might happen, miracles to us anyway, that might happen to change everything in a good way, hopefully. We've had some things change in not such a good way recently, but I have hope. I really do. Especially if we use our gifts and our talents to make the world a better place. If we individually each do what we can to maintain our positive attitude, our our attitude of being helpful to the world around us, taking good care of ourselves, things can change. Think of it, if everybody did that, if the people who are hateful right now did that, they're hateful for a reason. Something isn't, some important needs of theirs are not being met, and they just haven't found the right avenue to get them met. So maybe they've taken on some ways I wouldn't do it, right? I care about people. I go by the golden rule. I try to treat others the way I would like to be treated. So enough of my sermons, but that's why I'm doing this. So I'm going to use this video as the intro for the series. So hopefully every Friday morning at 7 o'clock Pacific time, we'll meet here. And what I want is for you to put your questions in ahead of time. I've pre-scheduled these so you have a chance to do this. Hopefully I did it right. If not, I'll do it again. And so you have to subscribe first because I want to filter out people that aren't really that interested. So subscribe and then put in your AI questions in chat and comments. And then I'll look at those before each Friday. I'll pick some and I'll do a demonstration of how I would answer those AI questions. And we'll explore with AI. AI will help us answer AI questions. That's one thing I've learned. And who knows what I was going to say. I care about nature. Why am I working with AI? I know it's not a great impact on our environment right now, and I care about the environment very much because I think if you use AI efficiently, that might cut down. AI is here to stay, whether I like it or not. I do like it in some ways, but in other ways, the environment, no, I care about the environment more. But society's not going to care about the environment more. Society cares about this. So let's do this. All right, let's speak the language of the culture, and let's see how we can do better with that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do first. I am going to share my screen, and we are going to go to, first of all, here's what I'm going to be talking about today. Mostly, I'm going to be talking about this lead magnet. This what did I put? I put together something for you to get you started. It's a kickstart guide, I call it, and it's easy to get. I have a mobile app where you can download it, and over time, I would like that to become our hub, so that we can talk to each other and learn from each other, and we'll see what the mobile app gods do to give us more functionality there. But for now, you can find this AI Kickstart guide there. And how do you do that? Well, on the channel, two ways to do it. One is a QR code, which is on the channel thumbnail. You can find it. And so you'd use that, or you can go to considerthepossibility.com, which is how I get there on my computer. And you'll get there. Let me show you. Okay, so you get, I don't know if you saw this before, that's the home page. You click here for the free sign up. You put in your choose your email address that you're going to remember and a password you're going to remember. And then once you have that free membership, you click on unlock code. You put in that, which whatever I just said, 853 or whatever. Very sure what was that? 853077. Okay. So you put that in here, click unlock, and then you should be able to get to this. So how do I get to this? It's a different, you have to log in. Actually, you have to log in. So I've already logged in, logging into my normal account here. And there is a ton of information in here if you want it. Here we are, AI User Lab for Thought Leaders, that's us. And link to AI Kickstart Guide, that's here. So you just click on that and you'll be able to download the PDF. And then, which is what we're going to go through next. Now this other thing, link to register for complimentary AI User Lab Live. That's what we're doing now. Look for the AI User Lab playlist. There might be any more efficient way for me to tell you, but for now, I'm a newbie and that's what I know. Go to my YouTube channel, find the AI User Lab playlist, and you'll find the recordings, this recording, and the other lives that we're having. So this is a live. And so right directly after this one, there's a paid version. So if you want your custom questions answered live by me and have a conversation with, very expensive. So I priced it so that it's worth my time and it's inexpensive for you. And if you need more personalized coaching, we can figure that out too. So, okay. So now let's go to the, let's go to ChatGPT, and I'm going to set up a new account that I can work with. Okay, so sign up for free, it says. So let's sign up. I'm going to sign up with this email address. I just want to share a couple of setup things with you and explain why you would do certain things. Okay, so let's go to, let's just annotate. I just want to really get into my settings here. Personalization. Okay, so enable customization, customize how ChatGPT responds to you. Now, ChatGPT is a very generalized tool. People use it for all kinds of things. There are very specialized versions of AI. There's a marketing version. There's a version developers used for writing software coding. There's image generation, specialized AI software. There's all kinds of them. This one's generalized. So you can only do so much to make it specific to you, but you can do a few things. So we're going to customize it. Custom instructions. Write like a human. I got this from somebody else on YouTube. Write like, or several people. Actually, how did I get to know what I know right now? Number one, I started watching YouTube videos like this. I'm just contributing to the knowledge pool out there. And I started out by doing what I learned from them. And then as I started using AI to figure out how to work with the things that I wanted to learn, what I wanted help with. And then I would get stuck or it wouldn't give me the responses that I wanted. So I started asking AI, how can I get a better response? Here's what I want. And then it would tell me. So, and then I would implement that. So it was kind of a feedback loop. And so that's what I know now. And that's what I'll help you do. Okay, right. I say, write like a human, keep it professional, but conversational. Don't use M dashes or buzzwords like streamlined. Avoid sounding like a press release, etc. So avoid these words. Okay, so that's all very good. What should ChatGPT call you? If you want to give them a name, you can make it more personalized. Um, the important thing is though, where's that search code, advanced voice? Okay, it changes so fast. This is November 7th, 2025, and I'm going to try to make this as generic as possible so that it'll be evergreen. So it'll make sense a year from now. It might not make sense 2 weeks from now. Things change so fast, but I'll do my best. So, security, where's this thing? But I want it. There's something that, so AI is called training. AI trains on whatever's out there on the internet. That's what's great about this. It might take you months to do your own research about a particular topic. You ask AI, it already has all that stuff in its database. So you just ask it and it does the research for you. Improve the model for everyone. Off. Put it off. unless whatever you put in here, whatever you input into ChatGPT, it will use to train for the rest of the world. And if you don't want it to do that, turn this to off. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's go back here. Now we're going to go to my Kickstart user guide. We're going to go through that. Okay, so here we are. Practical first steps for thought leaders and executives. Why am I saying this is for thought leaders? Because I want to help you particularly get your message out there in the world. So the more of us that are doing our best to make the world a better place, and we're more effective in our communication and in our efforts, hopefully the faster our world will become a better place. So that's my mission. That's why I'm here. Okay, artificial intelligence, AI, is transforming how leaders communicate, make decisions, and scale their enterprise, their expertise. But many thoughtful professionals are hesitant to start. They're worried about complexity, security, or losing their authentic voice. This guide is designed to give you a clear, practical starting point. Think of it as your first lab notebook in the AI user lab for thought leaders. Whether you're a corporate executive, an established thought leader, or someone just beginning to build influence, these steps will help you experiment with confidence. That's what we're going to do. We're going to experiment with greater and greater confidence. And they just knocked over my power cord. There we go. I'm going to keep that going. So how did I write this thing? It was a combination between me and AI. You know what? I figured if AI could help me write about AI, that would be a good thing. And it did. It was helpful. It was a back and forth kind of a thing. So what can AI do for thought leaders? AI helps you stay visible, relevant, and efficient without burning out. Man, this thing, fat speed, turn a single idea into multiple articles, posts, or presentations in minutes. No kidding. So your AI will get to know you a little bit better over time, and you can add to the customization as well, if that helps. And so you can take an article that you've already written. You can, there's some app I haven't used, got the word whisper in it, where you can just sort of talk and just talk around a topic, and you don't even have to make logical sense. You just talk around it and actually write around it. You can do that in ChatGPT. Just ramble on about your ideas, your questions, what you wonder about, what's important to you to get across in this article. Ramble, and then put it into ChatGPT and say, create an article out of this or something, and it will sort the ideas for you and come up with a draft. Now, is that the final version? Hopefully not. Hopefully you look at this and go, wow, that sure made sense out of when I was rambling. Then you go back and you say, now, does it make sense to me? Does it say what I want it to say? What's missing? What should I change? And go back and edit it. And you can iterate that a few times if you want. with AI, but anyway, once you've got your article, you can ask it to create LinkedIn posts for you, Facebook posts, Instagram reels, scripts, webinars, whatever you can think of. And if you ask it to do that and it comes back with something that doesn't work, you go, well, what about this didn't work? And then you go, well, it wasn't long enough, or it didn't really develop this idea, or it missed this point, or this part doesn't make sense. Go back and you can have it change the um, if you reiterate it, it'll give you a different article. It just will. Same prompt, different result. It just does that. Um, but anyway, just keep working with it. Tell it exactly what you want different. And what I found is sometimes it still just gives you the same old thing. Well, what you do then is you start a new chat. You start a new chat with your new prompt, and you probably get a different agent. I think I don't know how it works in the background, but there's agents that are used to doing certain tasks, and so it must have dozens or thousands of agents that do the same thing. And even in the same chat, sometimes I get different kinds of results. It's different. Anyway, so speed, turn a single idea into multiple articles, posts, or presentations in minutes. Scale, share your expertise across platforms without needing a big team. Yeah, I'm doing this by myself. I don't have a big team. Strategy, summarize reports, compare viewpoints, and surface insights more quickly. You just feed the raw stuff into ChatGPT, for instance. I also use Gemini. I haven't used Copilot. I haven't used Claude. I haven't used a lot of them out there. The two that I've basically used, well, plus some specialized ones, are ChatGPT and Gemini. And I find that they do different things. So once I have worked with them a while, I kind of know which one, if ChatGPT will do a better job at this, Gemini will do a better job at that. The marketing thing will do a better job at marketing language. Um, there's a free version of these most of the time, and which it has limitations. But if you don't use it a lot, it's a great way to start for free, right? And if you need it more, figure out which AI platform is best at doing what you want it to do, and then spend your money on that one. Okay, so yes, so just one strategy I've done is that there's something called deep research, and you get like a 50-page response, and oh well, that's nice, but what do I do with it, right? So then I feed that big report into ChatGPT, and I say, pull out this information, and it does, and I use that. Okay, about AI. AI software is trained to recognize patterns in data, text, images, numbers, and generate outputs that help us work faster and think more clearly. AI does not replace your expertise, it extends your reach. It doesn't make decisions for you, it gives you drafts, options, and summaries that save time. Like you can say, give me 10 reasons for such and such, give me 10 options for such and such. And then you can look at those options and go, well, those are interesting. I haven't thought of some of them. And then you can mix and match. I take part of one and part of another and go, well, this is really what I wanted. And I feed that back into AI. AI is most effective when paired with your leadership voice, judgment, and credibility. Okay, on to the next one. Getting started with AI. Pick one safe use case, something low risk, like drafting a LinkedIn post or brainstorming ideas for a talk, or summarizing meeting notes. Yeah, summarizing meeting notes. Sometimes, I mean, this Zoom will do that for you automatically sometimes. So you don't even have to ask it to do that, but you might think about having. I love the ideas it comes up with when I ask it to brainstorm titles. And um, so give me 25 titles for, compelling, um, insightful, professional, scientific, whatever description you want those titles to convey. And then give it the text that you want to create the title for, or just describe what your new project is going to be like. What do you want to accomplish? Who's the audience? And edit for your voice. AI gives you a draft. Oh, write clear prompts, step 2. Don't want to miss that. the quality of AI output depends on how you ask. Oh my gosh, that is so true. And the better you get at this, it means the better you are at asking AI, speaking the AI language to give you what you want. So if you give it a role, like I say, it's a very generalized software right now, but if you give it a specific role, you are an experienced attorney in this, personal injury in this area, in the state, and it's not going to give you legal advice that you can work with, but this doesn't replace an attorney, but it gives you the landscape. So, so here, you're my executive communications assistant. Then you give it a goal, draft a LinkedIn post that's clear and professional. And then you give it a context. My audience is corporate leaders interested in AI strategy. So if you give it a role, goal, and context, that goes a long ways for it to give you back what you're actually looking for. Edit for your voice. Once you get it back, AI gives you a draft. Your authority comes from refining it to match your tone and values and what you want to get across. Step 4, stay secure. Turn off the feature allowing AI to use your data to train their systems if that's available. I showed you that. Never, ever, 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 ever paste in confidential data because, it says it's not going to take it and train on it, but you don't want confidential stuff getting out there. So um, make it anonymous and yeah, be careful with your data. Be careful with anything you want to keep confidential. Do not put anything in there that should be confidential. And save your outputs in secure files, not just random apps. So, I have a place on my computer that I keep my responses from AI. I keep them all in different folders so I can find them. I name them so I can find them. Keep that secure and build a rhythm. So AI suggested this, spend 10 to 15 minutes each day testing small tasks. Familiarity brings confidence faster than binge sessions. Maybe. I I do binge sessions. I, okay, here's what happened. This is November. In July, I said, oh, I think I'll have AI help me write this lead magnet or something. And so um, I blew up everything else. It's like when I write, okay, I help people write self-published books. When I write a book, it's like I'm in a cocoon and, nobody can really come in. I'm in my little quiet area and I forget what the world is, what's going on in the world. So this happened to me as I was learning AI. So July, I started writing a lead magnet and it would say, well, would you like me to do this? And I went, yeah, okay, do that. So it wrote whatever. And then it said, well, maybe, and it took me down a rabbit hole and it just showed me basically what was possible. And then my mind started going about more things that were possible. And then I ended up writing all this course material and all kinds of material that um, AI helped me write. So now it's November, and yeah, a lot of things did not get done during that period of time, but um, I did a binge session. That's all I'm saying. Um, Basic guidelines do start with small, non-sensitive tasks. Do give clear role, goal, and context in prompts. Do review and edit every output for accuracy and tone. Don't paste confidential or proprietary data, and don't assume AI output is final. Always apply your judgment. Security and ethics for leaders. Protect sensitive data. Treat AI like a contractor. Only share what's safe. It's another entity on your team. And whatever you wouldn't tell your contractor, don't tell AI. Tell AI what it needs to know to get the job done. And then edit. Okay, check accuracy. AI drafts can contain errors. Verify before publishing. It's getting better and better over time. But you can test this with something that you already know something about. Ask it to write something about you or whatever, and see what it comes up with. That's kind of an interesting uh, experiment that I haven't tried yet. Be transparent. If AI assisted in drafting, you still own and refine the final message. So I'm being transparent. AI helped me write this. Used to amplify, not impersonate. Your credibility comes from your authentic presence. Um, you don't want to put out generic stuff, right? You're a thought leader. You want your point of view, your persona, you want that out there as primary. So here's some starter prompts. You are my executive communications assistant role. Draft a 200-word LinkedIn post explaining why AI helps leaders scale their ideas. That would be the goal. And it didn't give you a context. So that's missing here. Summarize this meeting note into 3 bullet points for an executive update. You don't always have to give it a role and a context, but it helps. So a lot of times I'll just give it some prompt like this. Suggest 5 potential webinar titles for sessions on AI and leadership strategy. You don't need to learn everything at once. Small experiments compound into lasting expertise. So more support. You can come back to to considerthepossibility.com, the mobile app, and over time we'll have more and more topics there, more and more options to you could learn and participate. And you can come back every Friday morning to the AI User Lab live with me. You can go back to my YouTube playlist and watch what we did in the past. You can join our weekly, the paid version of this, which would happen right now, except that I haven't started this yet. But over the coming weeks, we'll have a paid version that happens immediately after this live, and we can have conversations about your questions. So, okay, I'd say that we're done, and good luck. I hope to see you. Put your questions in advance of the next live, and I'll see what I can do to help you. And put your comments in. If you've learned something about AI, make a comment about what you've done that's worked or hasn't worked. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Hope to see you again.